Everybody hates old rubber. So right here on the Blazer, we've got some new rubber. These are the brand new BFG KM3s. I say brand new, they've been out for 2 or 3 years. They're brand new on this truck. And today we're gonna go over what makes this tire different from the old KM2s we had. Obviously, first off, there's no white letters, which is kind of sad, but we're gonna change that. And then we'll go over some actual performance differences that I think really make this tire better all around than the old KM3. We had the old KM3s for about 8 years. So we'll go over all that here. I'm gonna crank the truck up and turn the tire to the side so we can see some key features in here, and then we'll go from there. These are the KM2s. I had them on the Blazer since 2016 when I was in college. And these are the new KM3s. First thing you can tell right here is these have full block siping, whereas these just had the little notches right here and that's it. Other thing I will say is these lugs are a lot more aggressive, especially these center ones. Also, you have these stone injectors throughout the tire, which this one didn't. All that's gonna do is throw the rocks out and make it chip your paint up, I guess. But it is nice, you're not gonna have a bunch of clinking going on. I have noticed that wherever these rock ejectors are, I don't have rocks stuck in the tread, but everywhere they're not, they still pick up rocks. I mean, it's a mud tire. This kind of comes with the territory. The other thing that makes these tires look a little better, one is that aggressive siping like we talked about. That's gonna make it better in wet conditions, so snow, rain, mud too, I would say. These were okay in the snow. The BFG all-terrains are better just because they have more siping, but this is gonna make them a little more comprehensive and comparable to the KO2s or 3s, whatever they're at now. Also, sidewall on these tires. This is the old sidewall. It's been around for as long as I can remember, as long as I've ever looked at BFG mud tires. They've had this sidewall right here. When they came out with the KM3s, they went over here to the new sidewall is what I call it, which is really similar to the KO3 and the newer sidewalls on the all-terrains. I like this sidewall a lot better. It's gonna give you a lot more side bite if you were that deep in the mud or the snow or even rocks if you were rock crawling with these. So it's just gonna give you a lot more grip overall. Plus it's a nice aggressive look, which really goes with the Blazer. Other thing I think on these tires, I'll turn the wheel back straight and you can see a little better. If you remember, these tires are a little more balloony down here at the bottom. I couldn't find anything on the website, but they could have changed the sidewall makeup or the compound or added a couple extra layers. They're still the same rating, still C-rated tires, but these don't seem to bulge out as much as the bottom as these did, and that could also just be a product of this sidewall, this different sidewall design. It kind of camouflages that bulge a little bit more. That could be the other thing with that as well. The most disappointing feature for us people with old school trucks on these BFGs that I don't really understand why, but we're gonna get some tire markers and color in and fix the problem, is they don't have white letters. You can tell right here, even though that tire's bald, how much better it looks and ties in with the white on the truck, with the white letters in the tires versus this new style right here. So we're gonna color them in and fix that, but it is just kind of disappointing since BFG signatures like solid white letters and they kind of got away from them on these. But hopefully they won't do that anymore. Hopefully enough people will say they want the white letters to put them back on there. How to make mud tires last. Everybody says mud tires don't last for anything at all. These are 8-year-old mud tires that have been on the Blazer, and you can see they're still pretty even because that thing will roll for a while. If it had a lot of bad camber to it or anything, it wouldn't roll that flat. The 3 things I know to make mud tires last on a truck. 1, don't put them on an independent front suspension truck. Every time you turn, the things lay over to the left, lay over to the right. They'll never track straight down the road, especially if you put a lift. Their tires are kind of cambered in. And what that's gonna do to your tire is right here, just a little bit on here, and this truck's got a solid axle, but you can see this is a little bit lower than this. So the more camber you have on a tire from turning, or just how the lift kit works and stuff, like on a newer IFS Chevrolet or Dodge or Ford really, it's gonna wear the inside of that tire out, so they're not gonna last as long. So that's number one. Number two is rotate them. I know that the factory or whatever says, yeah, rotate them every like 10,000 miles when you change your oil, or 6,000 miles or whatever. I change the oil in this truck every 3,000 miles, and I rotate the tires every 3,000 miles. Mud tires are by nature softer, so they grip better. So if you don't rotate your tires on a softer tread compound, they're gonna wear funnier and they're gonna wear faster. If you have like a regular road compound, they're harder. They're gonna wear even pretty much all the time. So number two, that's that. And then number three, don't buy some Kung Pao mud tires. You gotta buy good brand mud tires, whether Toyos or BFGs or whatever. You gotta have a good brand of tire to start with. If you start with junk, you're gonna end up with junk. It's kind of like what you put in is what you get out when you eat food and all that sort of stuff. So that's how to make your mud tires last longer. Solid axle, rotate your tires, start with the good brand tires. I mean, they're the only thing keeping you from the asphalt at 100 miles an hour, 80, 90, 70 miles an hour, whatever, however fast you drive. Don't cheap out on your tires. Like cheaping out on your door locks at your house.